Hello and welcome to another episode of the SharpSHOOTers. As always, we're your hosts, Danny and Juice. Juice, how are we doing today?
Danny, I'm I'm feeling alive.
Feeling
I'm feeling I'm
alive, unlike some
feeling
people.
I'm feeling pretty good. Some would say immortal. But
Oh my god.
yeah, I'm feeling good today. A good day. How are you doing?
I'm doing really, really good. I can't wait to get into today's episode. So really quick, let's get the housekeeping out of the way.
Let's do it.
Thank you as always to Accept the Win for being the official band of the podcast. You hear them before and after the show and during the break. Also, happy birthday to John Peters of Accept the Wind. It is his birthday today, so a nice little shout out to his little eggy head birthday. Number two, thank you, or if you can, for those who haven't, but for those who have, thank you. Please subscribe to us down below. As you can see, our subscriptions is 4 out of 10. We want to get to 10 out of 10. The instructions are in the chat, as you can see right there. If you have Amazon Prime, it is free for you. Doesn't cost you a thing. Helps us out a lot, and we can upgrade some of our computer tech and these weird days we have. But today's not a weird day. Today is, for some people, an awful day. But for me and Juice, today is a great day because today is our Thursday. We talk about all the news in wrestling for the week. And today was some big news. So give me 1 second. The screen's going to do a slight twitch while I get LPS up. Bam. And we're back. So, well, we're going to be back on the screen. Cool. So, our first point, for those of you who are not here, Last Point Standing is just all the points we talk about. The first point on Last Point Standing, for those of you who have not heard, Hulk Hogan, the Immortal One, has died today at the age of 71 after multiple reports that his diagnosis and his health conditions were being overblown. We woke up to this morning to a deceased Hulk Hogan. A lot of people feel very terrible because of the impact he's on the industry, and other people not so much because of recent or I guess in the last 10 years, maybe even more, I don't know. But because of just his personal person, like Terry Balboa as a person. So, Juice, I'll let you go.
Balboa?
Whatever, I don't care.
From the Rocky films. Well, the Rocky films were made after him. You knew that, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
That's what I thought was Balboa, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, honestly, don't even put the timer on. We're going over, so just leave it paused. Let's take some time here and talk about this. First off, before anything, this is partially your fault, and I hope you know this.
Me.
Yes, the passing of Hulk Hogan. This is on you. Because for those of you that were watching us this past Tuesday night, the end of our episode, Danny said, "Oh, it's been a little bit of a quiet week. We'll probably have very little to talk about." And I said to him back, "Well, you just ruined it. Now some bombshell's going to drop, and it's going to throw off our whole episode." And here we are.
Is it ruined though?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'm I'm putting part of this on you.
I'll take it. If I
okay.
get to take part of the blame for Hulk Hogan dying, please, thank you.
So, here's the deal.
Do you have anything nice to say before I let you start?
Quite frankly, no. And that's part of my problem with the whole situation. I get that the death or the passing of anybody is a very sensitive thing for everyone. Everyone deals with it differently, takes it differently, accepts it differently. And I can respect that with people. People have their own process. I can't be in their head. And I want to make that very clear before I get going. So if you join along the way, that's on you. Hopefully you're here for the rest of it. But I wanted to preface it with that I do respect that part of everything. Me personally, and I'm speaking on my behalf, not Danny, not anybody else representing the SharpSHOOTers, you don't suddenly get absolved of your life just from dying. And that goes for anybody. A person, a Joe on the street, a top celebrity in the world that's already loved by most. if you do bad things and you treat people badly, you can't just get forgotten. It can't just be ignored. And I personally don't really care for, and this isn't just for Hogan, this is for anybody, where it's like,
I said that we said the same thing with Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, but like more than half the messages today are all prefaced or predicated with you have to respect him for what he did for the business, love him or hate him, and I don't think that's if that's how you want to be, fine, but you can't be mad at people or call them things for feeling the way they feel on either way of it. Like I mean, there's people that I don't agree with if they blindly just miss their feeling the way for Hogan doesn't make me less of a person. And I'm gonna vent a little bit here about this part. I posted it today on my personal socials. I said my piece, and I didn't do it for attention. I did it because it's how I feel, and quite frankly, I think the wrestling business is in a better place now without him in it anymore. But like, I lost some friends today on Facebook. Like, people went out of their way to be like, okay, that's enough of him. And people wrote things back to me that I'm not even replying to. It's not worth my time. If you're here now watching it, fine. Thank you for the view. But like,
talk in chat. We'll have a civil conversation. That's fine with it.
It's how I feel. And quite frankly, he left the wrestling business worse compared to like what he put into it, in my opinion. Like, he destroyed TNA. He set them back like a decade.
Mm-hmm.
He ruined WCW.
Mm-hmm.
He shot down the union like a bitch and put everybody at the mercy of Vince, basically for decades. Was terrible to work with. Wouldn't put anybody over in that sense because it was all about him selfishly. And here's the thing, also for anyone that doesn't watch the show every week or know by now, like, I didn't grow up with Hogan. I didn't grow up with Hulkamania. I wasn't a Hulkamaniac. I wasn't watching during that time. So maybe that's why. I mean, granted, you did and you feel the way you feel, Danny, but like, that's probably why I feel the way I feel to my extent. I didn't grow up with it. I have no attachment to him in that way. Like, I'm not looking at him going, damn, like, none of that's there for me.
You know what's funny though? Like, and I feel like if I was 5 years older, maybe I'd have a slightly different feeling, but
Maybe.
The childhood nostalgia just doesn't hit. Like, I grew up watching Hogan. I grew up with the yellow and red. I grew up with NWO. Like, I watched the good Hogan, but like, I'm not like, oh my God, a piece of my childhood just died, because like, as I got older, I realized like he wasn't great. He wasn't great in the ring. First off, like everyone who's like, oh my God, respect his in-ring stuff. There is not a lot of in-ring stuff to respect. So like, let's get that out of the way. Number one. What he did for the business, making it sports entertainment and making it in the 80s because Vince McMahon pushed him, I truly believe anyone in that spot could have done it. He just happened to be in the right place at the right time, because it's not Go ahead.
No, I was going to just say I agree with you, and that was something I didn't really want to say as someone that didn't watch during that time. I don't want to speak out of turn or sound ignorant in that regard, but yeah, I feel that same way. I feel like you could have easily put that, not gimmick, but you could have put Ball on Savage or Warrior, and
Jesse
someone
Ventura,
else up
Superstar Billy Graham. Like, honestly, any of those guys who were better in-ring talents could have filled that role and had just as much charisma and just did just as much as he did. He was just in the right place at the right time, so good for him. Not knocking him on that, but
yeah.
It didn't turn into anything. He didn't do anything positive with it, right? Nothing great happened from it. And everything from after he left his prime has, like you said, just been burning fire after burning fire after burning fire. Everything he tried, everything he started just wasn't working. And his name wasn't good enough. And there's reasons for that. He made his name shitty. The way he treated Macho Man, the way he went about it, and then after Macho Man died, tried to make it seem like they were friends and shit. That's a shitty thing to do, and everyone saw through it. The way he treated the Miss Elizabeth stuff was fucking weird, man. And then all the racist shit, like, you can't, like, I don't care. I will never, never, never all of a sudden be like, oh, he died. He wasn't racist. No, he was racist as shit. Like, why am I gonna all of a sudden be like, oh, rest in peace? Go fuck yourself. I don't care.
And like, and Jay DeFalco says Hogan stole gimmick from Billy Graham, according to the internet. Well, yeah, Hogan did a lot of things.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my thing. That's kind of my thing. Like, listen, and again, if you're watching and you don't agree with me, please speak up in the chat. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I understand if you don't want to. I get it's a touchy subject, and we don't really want to maybe get into it. But you know, I sympathize with his friends and his loved ones, his family and friends. I feel for them. Obviously, it's never easy losing someone. So I get it. I'm not a fucking monster, but like,
I don't feel bad for him.
he's a shit. He's a shit person.
Yeah.
He was a shit talent, and you're not gonna get anything from me in a positive light from him. I'm not gonna give you the but or the well or the if and you're not getting that from me.
The only thing I understand is the fans who are sad because they literally like that was their childhood. That's what they grew up on. You know what I mean? Like the 80s fans where they feel like part of their childhood just died. I totally get that. And for those guys, I do feel sorry, and, you know, there is sympathy there. I was joking with Juice before the show that, like, I had a lot of family call today. I had, like, 2 or 3 family call and be like, are you okay? Like, holy shit, that's such a big thing. And I'm like, I don't care about Hogan. Call me when Shawn Michaels dies. Like, that's when I'm going to be under my table, like, crying in the fetal position. That's when my childhood would be dead. You know what I mean? So, like, I get that for the older fans, but that's all I really understand. Anything after that where they are trying to defend Hogan as a person or anything like that, like I just don't understand how you do it, but people do, so it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, and like, I'm not even bringing up like this isn't a political thing. This isn't even like, even if you take out the racist and politics of everything, I've never liked him. And he's always been a liar, a bad person to work with. He's hurt the business. Harley is an 80s person and was not really a fan of him. And that's the thing also. There's a lot of people that are just not as in the know on stuff. Like, people don't know everything that we think they know. Like, there are things that are common knowledge in certain circles. They just don't even, it's not even in their orbit. There's a ton of people that probably don't even know about the recent stuff with him.
I agree, and I'm also curious to the people who like defriended you and stuff. How many of them still even watch wrestling? So like, how many of them can actually like judge you for like the
probably none of them.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're honestly, just like judging you because
it was probably the core value of the going after a person that's passed. And here's the thing too: people have passed before in my lifetime that I have not liked, and I've said nothing. There's very few that are at this level where I'm like, nah, fuck this person.
Yeah.
Hogan's one of those people. So, like, you know, you're not going to hear it every time from me when I don't like someone and say what I say. I keep it to myself out of a certain level of respect. But Hogan doesn't deserve it, in my opinion.
And he's a public figure, and people are going to comment, and people are going to have
like,
judgment on
oh,
it.
you don't
and
even,
on social media is where you're supposed to do it. That's the whole point of it. Like,
yeah, and people are like, oh, you don't even know him. How can you say what you say about him and not even know him? Like, fucking shut up. I'm sorry. Like, we know him. Like we know enough. We've heard enough.
They show
you see enough of a person, you see who they are.
Yeah.
Like, all right. So with that, I do have a closing statement before we can move on. I do want to share. I do think we should go out on a relatively high note for the Hulkster. I do want to read off some of his accolades throughout his career because I think, despite how we feel about him, he did accomplish a lot throughout his lifetime. So if you'll indulge me here, let me just read this off. So first off, the one and only Muhammad Ali constantly called him the greatest of all time to his face. Can't deny that. Got a black eye before WrestleMania 9 from a jet ski accident. Totally not from Savage or any injury like that. Did you know he was also the first one that fought Brock Lesnar after his UFC run when he came back to the WWE? I had no clue. Hogan wasn't even in WWE, but somehow he did that. So that's a great factoid. He was with Kerry Von Erich before he died, even though Kerry Von Erich was in Texas and nowhere near Japan where Hogan was when Kerry Von Erich died. He was supposed to fight Tyson in WCW. You should know this one. You watched WCW. But Tyson was too scared to fight him. So they never did it. The match never happened because Tyson was too scared. The George Foreman grill the idea was stolen from him. It was his idea. It was going to be named after Hogan, but Hogan was out with his kids one day, and the offer went to George Foreman instead, which is crazy. Like that would a whole different world. He fought the Pride MMA fighters back in 1977, even though they didn't exist until 1997. So that's a crazy thing that he pulled off. Good for him. He was also at SummerSlam 1992 with a Make-A-Wish kid that had cancer. But and he even wrote a song about it, even though Hogan wasn't with the company nor in London in 1992. But somehow he did that for the Make-A-Wish kid, so he really went above and beyond for that kid with cancer. What else we got here? He was formerly scouted by the New York Yankees and the Cincinnati Reds. They wanted them on the team, so dual threat, great
Dual
for him.
athlete.
Yeah, dual athlete.
Wait. We got some fan submissions also. He broke his neck when the Undertaker gave him a tombstone near a chair, not on a chair, near a chair.
Yep, that was on my list. Yep, never even touched it. Yep.
And Kevin Latt said, "My earliest memories of wrestling are of Hogan as a kid. My first wrestling figure was of Hogan, and I was all about the yellow and red as a kid. When I got older, I got wiser and realized he wasn't who I thought he was as a kid. LOL, fuck him."
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Some fans, they did go through that kind of like a breakup where you've been there, resent them and hate them, and it's a childhood thing. But some people didn't let it go, and again, that's everyone's process with death and loss, and I respect that at the very least. So I want that very clear for all our viewers. Well, of course, and this isn't my list. These are merely facts of the life and accolades of Hulk Hogan, Mr. Terry Balboa himself.
He should be said his eulogy.
This one's probably my personal favorite, and I think we even talked about it here on the show before. Hogan, the only wrestler ever to wrestle 400 days in a single year. Amazing time travel with the time zones, and it made me think, like, if we just took his body and took him to like Japan or a different part of the world, we might be able to bring him back. I was half expecting that, honestly, throughout the day. I was like,
it might be happening as we speak. Actually, we might wake up tomorrow and he'll be alive. If he's alive tomorrow, can we do an emergency podcast tomorrow night?
Absolutely.
All right.
All right. Oh, these next two are also two of my favorites. The next three are classics, though. So, did you know at WrestleMania 2, he outdrank John Belushi? Did you know that?
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, especially because it happened 4 years after John Belushi passed away.
I was gonna say.
So very
well.
Very
I mean,
done.
then actually not so impressive because then he just had to drink one drink.
Yeah, and also I don't know if you knew this, but Elvis Presley was a huge fan of Hulk Hogan, even though Hulk Hogan debuted 2 years after Elvis passed away.
Well,
Elvis,
you know how Elvis follows the independent
eye
scene.
for talent. Got an eye for talent. He knows. And the last one, Jay DeFalco also put in chat. Hulk Hogan, man, he was approached by Rolling Stones and Metallica to play bass, and he auditioned, and he decided not to do it. Like they went to him. Crazy. Like he could have been a New York Yankee, a bassist of Metallica, and that was just amazing. He claims to have discovered Kevin Owens. Even though he was already in NXT. Wild stuff. And
keep throwing more Hogan facts into the chat, guys, as we go on through the night. We'll just say them randomly. I'm fine with it.
Oh, this is amazing. All right, I'm on the home stretch here now. So some other accolades and awards he's won over the year. From PWI, he was the most hated wrestler in 1996 and 1998. With the Wrestling Observer, most embarrassing wrestler in 1995, 96, 99, and 2000. Most obnoxious wrestler in 1994 and 95. Most overrated wrestler in 1985, 86, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98. Most unimproved in 95 and 96. Voted the fans' least favorite wrestler in 1985, 1986, 91, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, and 99. And multiple distinctions for worst feud of the year, worst on interviews, worst wrestler, worst worked match of the year, multiple times. Just a class above, well-deserving of his own wing for being the person that he is.
So truly,
piece of shit.
If there were no children in the 80s, he would not have succeeded.
Yeah, and this is a great day, and I am Hulk Hogan. He's a piece of shit.
You got an early birthday present, bro.
and let's talk about some actual wrestling.
Well, we're still going to be in WWE territory, so I don't know about that. But we'll get there eventually when we get to AEW.
Lesser of evils.
All right, here we go. Whew, again, Clayton Mike Tyson was, Jay DeFalco, we said that one. Okay,
that was good.
Next up, WWE Unreal. What are we talking about with this?
Thank you, Keverlass.
Thank
we
you,
appreciate
Keverlass.
you and anybody watching. Thank you if you did tune in. And by all means, if you are here for the first time, please hit us with a follow or subscribe. And hopefully you stick around. And this is what we usually do on Thursdays. This part coming up here. And
if this gets more viewers, I'll weekly talk about a dead wrestler who I hate. That's fine.
Well, if wrestlers start dying on Thursdays, Danny, I'm gonna look at you very.
Well, no, not like fresh deaths. We'll go back in time and be like, all right, who's already dead that it wasn't a good person?
Well, that's a road. I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, man. Whatever
Okay,
gets the viewers.
so WWE Unreal. I believe this is the unscripted show showing us the backstage creative behind things. I believe it debuts next week on Netflix. I think it's weekly rollouts, not all at once. And I know we kind of talked about it a few months ago. Now that it's closer and you've probably been watching weekly and maybe seeing the commercials for it, will you be checking out WWE Unreal, or are you completely passing on it?
I want to say I'm going to pass on it. I'm probably not going to watch most of it, but there might be one or two episodes if I see what they're discussing or what they're showing. I might be interested in, but I'm just really not interested in this at all. I feel like it's pulling this current too far back. Like I saw the speed stuff, which is fine, but then they showed like right after that, like Stephanie laughing and them talking about it. It's like it just takes it away from me. And like if I'm a kid watching that, like it just takes away any mystique of the show. Like it just takes away anything. Like I know nothing's on the fly. Like I know nothing's a secret. Like it just kind of sucks.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have Netflix, but even if I did, I would pass on this because I know this is one of those things where, again, people have told me, if you don't want to watch it, then don't watch it. And like I'm doing something wrong by being offended or annoyed that the show is airing. But either way,
we're not going to watch it. That's fair. But we can still talk about it.
I'm not going to watch it. Yeah. I mean, I would say it's our job to talk about it, but in a way, I guess it is. But
it's our chosen job.
Yeah, my whole thing is like, and honestly, even with me not watching it, anything that's like important or big enough to see is gonna get posted on socials within like a day anyway. Mm-hmm. So like if there's something that's like girly going viral and being talked about, I'll see it.
Which is why I understand why they're doing this also, because like now that they've entered this land where like nothing's really a secret anymore, might as well capitalize it and make it into a show. But like I actively avoid that stuff on social media too. So if I'm avoiding it on there, I'm not gonna watch a whole show about it. Like, doesn't make sense. Yeah. So, yeah. Jay DeFalco says, I'm expecting similar energy for whenever Flair kicks it. I will be honest and say I will give somewhat similar, but I don't hate Flair as much as Hogan.
Yeah.
I feel like Flair is a bad person too, but not on Hogan's level.
Yeah, without getting too deep down this rabbit hole, I think I've said this before probably on here too, but my only ding for Flair personally is what he did to Ring of Honor. Like, that for me, I was like, all right, he can fuck off. The way he screwed Ring of Honor out of $40K, which at that time was a lot of money for them. So that pissed me off. Besides that, though...
Oh, yeah, and then...
Yeah.
We'll talk about that other stuff later, though. Whenever that does happen, I'll be unbiased. All right, next up, we got Slammiversary.
Slammiversary happening in our own backyard. Did you go, Danny?
No.
I was waiting for it.
Which is so upsetting because apparently I missed the promo for what's going to be the last great tag team match ever.
Yeah, that's why I threw this on here. I didn't really have much to talk about, but I know you wanted to talk about the announcement post-match where the Hardy Boys won the tag titles. Because I don't think they had them. I think the Nemeths had them.
Yes,
so Hardys won the tag belts, and immediately... Bubba Ray, Bully Ray comes out and challenges the Hardys to Bound for Glory one last time. I'm assuming for the tag titles, unless the Hardys lose them along the way. I would just make a non-title, but we'll see what they do. What do you think?
So the Hardys, I was seeing some stuff on social media about it. The Hardys had said before the pay-per-view that if they lost, they were going to retire. So a lot of people thought that they were actually going to retire and lose, and that's why them winning was a surprise. I will admit, never seen the ending before, where I don't know if you saw the ending, but they had
No.
a rope ladder, like those ones that like on like you had to climb like kind of sideways. So they had
Okay.
that come down because all the ladders were broken, and Hardy climbed up that. So it was a different kind of ending.
So
I've never seen that one.
where'd it come down from? The top of the arena?
Yeah,
Who who broke it? Who like sent it down?
I don't know, but Hardy just
was
went
it
like
Darby?
this, and it just appeared out of nowhere. It was very strange.
Was it Darby? Sting? Yeah, and yeah, Jay, I thought the same thing about Devon. I was like, you couldn't even get Devon to be there for it.
I was so
Like,
confused about that. I was about to say that. Like, how do you not have them both come out? It's not like Devon's crazy busy.
Yeah. I mean, Bully's probably going to carry that match. No offense to Devon, but as far as I know,
For
Devon
sure.
like retired. I
Yeah.
think Devon. I mean, Bully doesn't really wrestle much anymore. I think, but like, I thought Devon was done.
I think
So-
Bully still like trains though and stuff like that, especially in the performance center and shit like that. So I think he's still more in shape. Yeah. I mean, listen, I have no problem with them doing a nostalgia match. I have no problem. They're still active enough. My only problem is the Bully disrespect of just saying this is going to be the last great tag team match. First off, no, it's not even going to be a good tag team match because one guy can't go, one guy can barely walk, and the only two guys that can still go are going to be clumsy as fucking Jeff and Bubba Ray and Bully Ray. Like, Matt Hardy can barely walk. He's not going to be doing a crazy bunch of shit. And
I was gonna say, honestly, I think Jeff is probably the like most
active.
good to go.
Yeah.
Like of the four of
That's
them.
what I'm saying. And then you're going to call it the last great tag team. Like, what are we talking about? You're burying every company that you're working with by saying like this, like four, how old are they now? 50? Late 40s, early 50s? Four of those middle-aged men are going to have the greatest tag team match of this year. Like, get the fuck out of here, Bully. Enough with that shit.
I mean, we've seen this before. I mean, this is Bully talking.
He's
out
such
of
a
his
good
ass.
troll. I'll give him credit because it pissed me off.
he's trolling, and also, I mean, like, listen, WWE's done this before. I mean, apparently we all saw the greatest match of all time when Orton and Edge fought each other.
45-minute classic
with no audience. I mean, clearly we don't know anything.
No,
but yeah. So whatever. Slammiversary though, that's really all. I mean, I know you want to talk
that
about.
was the one,
but,
and then I was surprised Trick won. I was surprised that they had Trick retain the.
People were not happy. People were not happy with that.
And he shouldn't have won. Like from what I understand, I didn't watch it, but from what I understand, they really hyped up Mike Santana as like, especially in his hometown, gonna win it. You had Joe Hendry in the match, who a lot of people wanted that. Like the last person they wanted to win it is the non-TNA guy. Big surprise that they're all upset that the non-TNA guy still has it.
Yeah. Well, to say for anyone not watching, the last thing I'll say is now the women's title and the men's world title are both with NXT wrestlers.
Yep.
And as far as I read, nobody from TNA was like on NXT this week to like fight back or like have some fire. It's like just a terrible cuck show.
Oh no, but you know who
um,
was on NXT this week to confront the TNA World Champion? The fucking
Santino.
Undertaker, because the TNA World Champion disrespected one of his LFG kids, and now the Undertaker has to come confront. Get the fuck out! What is the Undertaker? I'm sorry to say this, is losing stock with me more and more every passing month. The mystique and the respect I had for this man, I am starting to hate him more. Just stop doing everything so I can still love you. Like, oh my, what is he doing?
It's funny you said Taker, and I was saying Santino Marella because he's facing Ethan Page next week for the NXT North American title. So
great.
NXT is on a whole different fucking planet now.
Jesus,
it's not even
man.
NXT anymore. It's
bad.
TNA, LFG, dire straits.
Bad.
All right, moving on. Let's talk a little bit about Layla Hirsch.
Yeah, we want to talk about.
hold on.
Hold on. If he comes out of retirement for NXT shit, I give. Yeah, I swear I'm not watching. No way. And by
Baker
the
versus
way,
Obafemi.
will Becky continue with the Becky Hogan bit she's been leaning into? I don't think so. I think Becky's in a she might pay her respect to it, but I think they're gonna start kind of taking her away from that a little bit.
They, you know what? Probably not. I'm gonna double down. I'm gonna say
think
everyone's
so?
gonna start wearing red. Everyone's gonna start wearing red and yellow, doing the ears, doing.
I
the leg
don't
drops.
want to watch SmackDown tomorrow. I don't.
The next you have to for the sake
I
of
know
the show. You
for
have
the
to-
next
you
few
have to
things I
report
have
back.
to, but it's just God, I'm gonna mute.
It's gonna be a lot of
everything.
it, and
I'm just
honestly,
gonna
it's
watch
probably-
it and not listen.
Yeah, and for what it's worth, I am curious if AEW does anything.
I think
I don't think they
AEW will
should.
give him just a. I don't think they should give him like a lot. I think they should give him a 10-bell salute. I'll be fine with that. If they give him a little, just like Hulk Hogan, RIP, that's fine.
I think the most you get is going to be either a quiet graphic, like pop and
Yeah.
gone, and then maybe Excalibur or Shivani, probably Shivani, saying it very quickly on Collision.
If anything more than that, I don't think he deserves it. So, especially for AEW, no
Yeah.
offense, he's not done anything.
Yeah, just these days it's a PR thing now because like if they don't do it, then forever it'll be hey, did they even do it? When
Yeah,
the
but if
Hogan
they
guy
do
left?"
too much, then forever everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, you fucking blah blah blah." So they
Yeah,
can't win
listen,
either way.
Not that I care, but all right, let's move
Layla
on
Hirsch,
now.
sorry, yeah. I'm gonna
Layla
reset
Hirsch,
the
have you
clock
heard-
for Layla because we already lost a minute.
That's fine. I don't know if you've heard this story. Have you? Or
I don't know
before dive
anything
in?
about Layla Hirsch. You're about to
Okay.
enlighten me.
So a story came out a few days ago that apparently WWE has interest in Layla Hirsch, which is awesome. Good for her. She deserves it. But apparently they only have interest in her to be a referee,
Ugh.
which I think, yeah,
What a
it's worked for
waste.
her, I guess, but that sucks. I mean,
No, that's
I
a waste
feel
of her
for her.
talent.
Unless it's what she really wants to do, because I mean, I know she has had multiple knee surgeries now. I think so. Maybe she kind of knows that she's done. We don't know.
If that's the case, that's fine. If
but,
this is a door
yeah.
for her, that's fine. But like, if she can still go, I hope she doesn't take it.
That's it. Yeah, that's all. I just wanted to bring it up because I'm a big Layla Hirsch fan.
Yeah.
Always have been, and I was shocked when I believe they just let her walk. I don't think they like released her or anything, or maybe she asked for it. I don't know, but it didn't end like I'd wanted to. So,
Yeah.
Oh well, that's all. Now moving on to SmackDown.
Okay.
I have questions. I have questions.
I
which
hope
is why
I have answers
questions.
because I did watch SmackDown, so I hope I have answers for you.
Okay. So, what is the story? Apparently, there was a hit and run on SmackDown. Somebody got ran over by a car, and then they got arrested. But then, like, somebody got like framed, and then they came back, and now they're doing a cage match. Fill in these blanks.
Okay,
Tell
here
me
we
what
go.
happened.
It's actually
And please-
wasn't.
And by the way, before you start, chat, if he gets anything wrong,
Let me
put
know.
it in chat and tell me because
I don't know if it
he's
was.
misguided me before.
I don't. Yeah, that's
me
very
out.
true. And I watched it, but I always watch it while I do other things. So I'll say this: it's not the worst story. They've done stuff like this in the past. It kind of felt like an Attitude Era kind of thing, so I wasn't totally against it. So the
got hit?
show starts off with my family tree complaining to Adam Pearce because for some reason Nick Aldis wasn't on the show that week, but it complains to Adam Pearce and security, and I don't know if police were there yet, but just saying that they got hit. They don't know who did it. Everyone's fine, but they're like looking for the person. Yada yada yada. Then Adam Pearce finds Jacob Fatu with the cops and say they have questions for you. Not gonna lie, borderline racist. Just like them being like, they have questions and him being like, I ain't going no punk ass police. And they're like, listen, just make it better on yourself. Go answer their questions. Don't make it harder. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, this is a terrible message, but whatever. Anyway, so he goes with the cops, gone. Then Solo and them come out for a promo, just talking about, pretty much running down Jacob Fatu and stuff. And this is the funniest part to me. Jacob Fatu shows up in the police car. Jimmy Uso is waiting in the parking lot for Jacob to come out of the police car. The police let him out, say, I'm sorry, we reviewed the video and saw that you had nothing to do with it. Go handle your business. And just let him walk.
Pause. Was Jacob Fatu driving the police car back
No,
in?
he was in the back
okay.
seat, I believe.
Oh, okay. I thought like the police were like riding shotgun with Jacob.
No.
Like, he took over,
They
they're
let
like,
him
"All
out,
right, you-"
and they
Okay,
say,
okay.
go handle your business. And then he just makes an entrance into the ring and starts beating up my family tree with Jimmy Uso.
Another follow-up question. When they let him out of the car, did they like uncuff him? Like, was he still cuffed even though they already knew at that point?
I want to say he was uncuffed. I don't remember.
That would be hysterical if like they watched the video, noticed he was innocent, put him back in the
Chat,
car.
help me out in that.
Drove him all the way back, then took him out, then uncuffed him and revealed it. Like, why would like,
that would be hilarious.
hysterical.
Chat, help me out with that. That I truly don't remember. They might have uncuffed him, but I truly don't remember that.
Okay, I'm just my brain's going. So I'm just
so
asking.
they get in the fight.
Jay's asking if all this happened over the night or in like 4 to 5 minutes.
No, over the night. So They opened the show with them. They took him away like 10 minutes into the show, and then I want to say like at the hour mark, that's when they came back, or maybe a little less than the hour mark.
Okay.
Or maybe a little over the hour mark. Around the hour.
Right, so they're in the ring. They're in the ring.
They fight, all that. They clear out. And then Adam Pearce comes out and says, "Oh, you like to lie to get people locked up? How are you going to like getting locked up when you get locked up against Sheikha Fatu in a steel cage match?" That's like, cool. That's a nice little line. And then he's like, "Oh, and one other thing, get him, boys." And then the police arrest him for making a false police report, which I thought was awesome. That was like honestly a great like storyline thing for making a fake police report, because that's the part I missed when they released him, when the video showed the police car coming back with Jacob Fatu. Solo's in the ring be like, "What the hell's going on? I paid these guys off," like talking into the mic. He's like, I paid him off. Why is he back?" And then that's when they were like, "Oh, we saw the video, you're released, go handle your business."
Hey, so he bribed a police officer and didn't get arrested then?
And then, no, he got it. Well, because those are the ones he bribed. And then when they came back to release Jacob Fatu, that's when they arrested Solo Sikoa. It does make sense.
They were different cops, though.
Yes.
Okay, I want to see the ones that got bribed also be arrested. Like,
that would be interesting. Here. We should see some. Maybe that'll be in WWE Unreal.
Police enforcement, help me out here.
So it was a good storyline. It did handle the whole night. It felt like Attitude Era. There wasn't like any stupid parts really. So I liked it. I thought it was good.
Okay. How are we on time, by the way, before we continue?
We're at 8:40. Yeah, we're gonna run long tonight because Hulk Hogan took forever.
Well,
I know. Let me see the commercial. Oh, we got 20 minutes to the commercial. We'll be able to finish the rest of these.
Okay. All right. Next up. Speaking of legal proceedings and what is legal or not in this day and age, I noticed that Cody Rhodes made John Cena sign a contract while unconscious against his own will. Is this going to hold up in court, Danny? Help me out.
I believe so, because Adam Pearce didn't really seem like he was against it. He was there for the whole thing and allowed it. He also hasn't posted anything on social media about it. If they do this storyline well, though, Nick Aldis will come in next week and null and void it because of that reason. The whole premise of it, if you didn't see the whole clip, was John Cena saying that he's not going to be at SummerSlam because he has to shoot a movie for Netflix, which everyone knows about. So just deal with it. He's not going to be there. And then Cody beat him up, made him sign it, and it's a street fight now. So we'll see. If Rhea can sign a contract that wasn't for her and that was allowed, anything can happen. That is also true. Technically, Cena signed a contract that his name was on. So, someone made Cena sign a contract that his name was on.
Yeah. I won't believe anything Pierce posts on social media after Rickrolling again.
Yo, I hated that. You're so right. That was so funny. Fuck you, Pierce. Oh, man.
So I have two notes about this segment that I wanted to bring up, because I did see parts of it, not all of it. First off, that splash that Cody hit on Cena was hysterical. Yeah. Like it looked so bad, but like in a funny way. He was just he was trying to do a frog splash while holding the clipboard and like in a suit. He was just like, eh.
It looked like the suit was just like wouldn't let him stretch out. Oh, it was great.
It was so good. And my last note, I saw somebody wrote something, and thankfully a lot of people gave him shit for it, that he was way off base, but like there was a fan online that went viral. He thought that the segment was like a double turn. They're like, "Oh, you can see the moment where like WWE's trying to like turn Cody heel and Cena face." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Not even close.
Like that's why I kind of watched part of it, just to see like how wrong this guy could have been.
He was making it seem like because Cody attacked him after he said no, now Cena's supposed to be sympathetic and Cody's the bad guy. Get the fuck out of
here. And I checked I was like, all right, does he have a Cena profile picture? Is this like a 5-year-old? Like how stupid is this person?
That's so funny.
But everyone gave him shit for it. So okay, that's all. Next up, Austin Theory. What's the deal? Because from what I read, they've just abruptly ended Waller and Theory off screen, where Waller says Theory is. Did he say he's injured? Like, do you know if he's hurt?
So
like, what's the deal?
I was so confused on Raw because I was like, I watched SmackDown. I really did watch SmackDown, and I did not see them at all. Last week's Raw, I didn't see them at all, and I was like, what is going on? On Raw, Waller says that Theory got himself injured this past weekend, and A-Town Down Under is no more. He wants to be Big G for the New Day and join the New Day. I don't know how that's going to work out.
It's not.
So then I did some sleuthing because I had to be like, what did I miss? Obviously, I missed something.
Yeah.
I know Juice is going to want to know the deets. And I missed nothing. He hasn't wrestled since like May or June. Like, he hasn't wrestled in a long time. He is not hurt. He didn't get hurt over the weekend or anything from any reports that I saw. This is just how they're trying to write him off. It's very strange. Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, I know every booker has their favorites, but it's really seemed like since Triple H took over, he does not care for Theory at all.
Hates Theory.
And I don't really I don't not like Theory, but I don't really care for him. I liked him early on, but then the more and more I saw him, I was kind of like, whatever. But
he can be used correctly, and he's just not.
He could be, but just seems like it might be it for him. Who knows?
Yeah, it was very weird. I'm still waiting to see if but I mean, that was on Monday, and there's still been nothing new. No, I don't understand.
Stay tuned, I guess.
And that was the funny thing on Tuesday. Sorry, when you told me on Tuesday, did you see Raw or SmackDown? I was like, I saw Raw and I saw SmackDown, but there's nothing about Theory on SmackDown. So I don't know what the hell's going on. Triple H mad that Theory gave that golden egg to Vince instead of him.
Yes. The very expensive Netflix rock movie Golden Egg.
Last WWE point.
Last point. I put this on here for you. You want to talk about Punk and Walter? By all means, take the wheel. What do you want to say?
So, Punk and Walter started off the show with a promo that was good. I thought it was different, where Walter was like, listen, we're pretty much the same, except I'm actually better than you, kind of thing. It was, it wasn't anything crazy, a little run-of-the-mill, but Punk and Walter have some chemistry there. My issue with it is two things. One, I saw someone on social media, I don't even know the channel because I was just scrolling through, and they were like, this promo gave away everything. You had the appetizer, the main course, and the dessert all at once. It was way too much all at once, blah, blah, blah. And I watched it, I was like, it barely got the fuse started. I was like, this is the kind of promo that you kind of want for this. My issue, though, is that they're having the match so soon that I don't think the feud's going to fucking really fill out. And I'm curious to see if this is one of those feuds that now go on for a couple of months, and if this is going to be our little bit of a summer feud with Punk and Walter through September, October maybe, just because they go back and watch it. It wasn't bad. It was a good promo back and forth. It wasn't disrespectful or low shots. It was nice to see. Yeah. And they're going to have a good match, but they need more time. So I don't know.
So my only question is, I'm assuming the answer is no, but have they established or defined any role or status on the briefcase?
No.
Is Heyman just holding it, and that's it?
Heyman is just holding it right now. I'll go really quick into how Raw ended, which was Roman coming back. Heyman offered Roman the leadership role for the group. Roman turned it down. Heyman said that Seth Rollins is going to be out for a very long time. That was his exact words. For an extended amount of time, for a very long time. So, but he had the briefcase on him. Bronson Reed is holding the briefcase now, not Braun Breaker. Bronson Reed's holding the briefcase. I'm waiting for the Seth cash in at SummerSlam still to screw Punk. And I also think that they're doing that where they're making it seem like it's a longer injury than what it actually is.
Yeah. I can see that.
But then, so SummerSlam, which I'm kind of upset about, is going to have Roman and Jay versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. I'd rather just have Roman versus Braun. I think that would have been a better match. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's clearly because of the Seth injury.
Yeah,
I think
I know.
Threw everything off. So,
but yeah, so
yeah, I can't knock that too much. But my only worry, and this is probably the reality, is that they're going to do the cash-in. They're going to keep it very short, where Seth is probably going to do one stomp, not even take a bump.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to win it. He's probably still that hurt where he's going to have the belt and not even wrestle for 2 months with it. You know what I mean? That's going to suck.
I don't know if they're going to do that. Because at that point, that's not worth it. Because then just wait the 2 months. But I'm saying just wait the 2 months with the briefcase. I don't know. I don't understand how that makes sense.
because they want it to be the big SummerSlam arena moment. And yeah,
honestly, though,
basically anything big can only happen anymore at SummerSlams or WrestleMania.
I get it,
with
but honestly,
WWE.
you can have the big moment just be Punk winning the fucking title. Like, for once, just let a moment be a nice moment.
I agree with you. I'm with you.
That would be crazy, right?
Yeah, that would be.
All right.
Oh, well.
We'll be back after this commercial break. Please stick with us. Don't go anywhere. Thank you.
Danny.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, from our quick short break. Let me get our LPS back on there. Here we are. Boom, boom. Oh, I never reset the timer. It's still going. Look at that.
Oh, my.
Jesus. All right. So this is now our AEW portion of the show. Starting off with Mercedes Moné. What do we got about Mercedes?
Yeah, so I wanted to talk a little bit about her because she hasn't been on TV since All In. But if you didn't know, or our viewers weren't in the know, this upcoming weekend, she's defending 2 of her titles overseas. And did you just sneeze? You did. Bless you.
Thank you.
I heard it before I saw it, so I didn't know. So Mercedes is defending two of her belts overseas this weekend. I believe she's defending the Rev Pro Championship tomorrow night, and then she's defending, I forget the name of it, my apologies, the title from the German company on Saturday or Sunday. So, question is, do you think this is the beginning of the downfall, or do you think she retains and rolls on?
Honestly, I think I would want it to be the start of the downfall, just because like I want her away from the whole title picture to like come back and just kind of, I don't know, be the CEO without 6 belts all the time. I like the belts thing. I think it had its run though. I think it ran its course already. But if they don't do it, I don't want them splitting it. Either she wins both matches or she loses both matches. I don't think she should win one, lose one, because I feel like that's going to be a little eh.
Yeah, no, for sure. I agree with that. She should either win both or retain both or lose. She could lose the second one maybe, but either way, my only thing is like selfish reasons. I want her. I think I've mentioned it here on the show before. If she holds the TBS title until like October, like Wrestle Dream, she'll break Jade Cargill's record, and I'm pretty sure they're going for that.
And that's fine because that's October. That like it can still be a slow burn as she's losing this, and she's slowly losing her mind over a few number of months.
That's what I'm getting at. She would lose all the other belts. TBS would be the last one. So you could start it now, but yeah, I don't know because also I think I don't know if they'll do it, but I would get rid of the Owen Cup belt now because like she lost the opportunity where she won the belt. I wouldn't hate it if she kept it. I'm nitpicking here, but like, you know what I mean? If you're gonna start getting rid of the belt,
should get rid of now that the Owen belt
like
has
one should
done its thing. It should be gone.
It should quietly just kind of not be there anymore. But I won't care either way.
Because honestly, she is also the only one who's held it for this long after winning the Owen Cup. So like, it would be fine. No one's gonna care if she loses it or drops it now.
Yeah, that's very true because you also can't lose it. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
It's best to let it kind of go away.
Exactly.
But yeah, stay tuned. I mean, I won't mind either way. I think a better story would be her beginning to lose them now, right after losing the Tony thing. So this is the opportunity. But
exactly.
Glad will pull the trigger.
And also, you gotta imagine those companies want their belts back. Like as much as it's nice to have her on, if she's not there every week, like she probably I don't know how those companies run. I'm just assuming.
Yeah, they probably. Yeah, I don't know either. They probably do shows like at least once a month, maybe once every 2.
Yeah.
But it's also important to remember. I mean, Tony didn't like take those belts from the companies. Like,
I know.
Yeah, I'm just saying they all agreed to it. So
I know. I would hope she's back on AEW TV next week. Yeah, I do hope she comes back sooner rather than later, though. I don't want her being gone for like months, a month maybe max.
So Tony just fought Billy. Tony's fighting Alex Windsor.
What are you talking about? We're talking about Mercedes.
Right? No, I know. Well, we're talking about her coming back. I'm trying to say like what would make her come back if it was still going to be Tony or something new. Like where's the opportunity?
No. She has to come back to defend the TBS title. Like, she has to come back before going back after the world title anyway. So she has to come back just to defend the TBS belt. So she should come back sooner.
That's hopefully all I'm getting at. That's all I'm getting at. Is that okay? What's the window? Is it just going to be okay? She's in a match. She's back. Or are you going to give her, like, a story or a person to go after to come back? That's all I'm wondering.
What I think they should do,
that's all.
Like, if they do want to make this into a story, because we always say how, like, they don't really make title matches and stories. They just do number one contender matches, is have a couple of the women, like, start complaining that she should come back to defend the belt and like they need her to defend the belt, blah 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 blah. So this way, when she comes back, like there's a couple of women waiting in line already, stories waiting for her. Like we've been waiting for this shot, we've been waiting for the opportunity. Maybe
yeah.
I don't know.
I thought Willow was going there with her promo, but it went a different way, and
yeah.
that's fine. That's fine. But either way, all right. Moving
Colt
on. Colt Cabana. On Collision, can I just say it was a joy to see him. At first, I didn't see him or hear them say his name, so I heard a different voice. I was like, "Who is that?" And then I saw Colt. I'm a big Colt Cabana fan. I like Colt. Big fan of his streams. He's a really good Fall Guys player. I digress. But yeah, I thought they were actually like giving him like a tryout. He was going to be there for the residency, be on every week, and then it was quickly revealed
murdered him.
It was part of a storyline where the Death Riders attacked him and brutally made him bleed. choked him out with the steel chain, hung him over the ropes, and they took him away, and that was it. But one thing that came out of it, I don't know if you saw this or if our viewers saw this on socials after the show. They did a segment where Colt was being attended to, and the Dark Order came up to him and were like, "Hey, like let's talk. Like, we're sorry we
That'd
haven't
be
been there, blah
nice.
blah blah." So if it leads to like Colt being back on, even if it's Ring of Honor, being back on more with Dark Order, doing stuff with them, that's a win. I always
Hmm.
liked the Dark Order. Obviously, stuff fell apart with Stu leaving over and over again, and I think Preston got hurt, and then obviously Brody. But like, it just they never like I don't know, they never bounced back fully enough, and they're good. I love Uno. I love Silver and Reynolds. They're a good act, and hopefully this is building to Cabana being with them and back on TV or in Ring of Honor because
No,
Colt hasn't done anything in a long time on TV.
I totally agree. I hope that does work out like that. I really liked seeing him. I didn't see the stuff with Dark Order, but I loved when he was with Dark Order. So if that's gonna be something that comes
Yeah,
back, I'm all for it.
yeah. They have one of the coolest combo moves as a trio. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. When they do, well, they have the finish. Yeah, I know you're talking about the finisher, and then also the rolling bridging German and all that stuff, the kick, yeah, all the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
All
good
right.
act. All right, that's all. Just wanted to bring up Cabana and what happened there. Unfortunate, but hopefully it leads to something.
Next up, we got the
An-
pride of AEW.
Anthony Bowens and Billy Gunn. More dissension, more arguing.
Yeah, where's this
Um,
leading?
that's kind of what I was gonna say. Just where do we think this is gonna go? Like, is this like I don't really know where it's gonna go, and that's fine. But it's worth talking about here on the show. That's what we're doing. We're talking.
So I don't mind
What
if
do you
it
think?
leads them breaking up. Fine, leads it to them breaking up, which I don't think is a good idea. But if that's where you want to go, go with it. But
Mhm.
are you making Anthony Bowens then do a heel turn? Because that's the only reason they'd really break up. He's not going to stay a face, and what?
Yeah.
Or is Billy Gunn going to do a heel turn and have like a mini singles run to like fight Anthony? I don't know.
Yeah, I think no matter what you do here, this has to I don't say be the end of Billy Gunn, but it's like he's kind of the odd man out in this equation of what they're trying to do. What I would do, um, I would double turn Bowens and Caster. I would have I don't know how you do it, some sort of like point where they kind of meet in a match, and the crowd's cheering for Max, and they're not booing Bowens, but he's getting frustrated, he's losing. You can easily do it.
I mean, why don't you just do it where Bowens starts beating the shit out of Billy after the match on Saturday, and Max comes out for the save?
Max wouldn't come out for a save though. If anything, like yeah, I don't know, or maybe you just
Specifically
put
for
Bowens.
Billy, I think that's why. I think that's the whole point. Is that like that's
Yeah,
the
I
one
don't know.
guy that he might still have a soft spot for.
I don't know. I don't think they've really given you an ounce of sympathy to have for Max.
I agree with
Do
that.
that.
I agree with
Yeah,
that.
you could earn it if you build to it, but by that point, then it's gonna happen. So I don't
Any
know.
any guesses on who this opponent's going to be on Saturday for Bowens?
It could be Max. I mean,
I don't think it's going to be Max.
oh, you know what? You know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be Shark Boy probably. No, he's a heel. I mean, he's a face. It's Shark Week. Cause Shark Boy, Shark Week, but they probably
Oh my, bro! If you just called that, I'd be so mad.
well, I mean, they're both
That
baby
makes
it's a
sense.
baby
That's
face.
why.
It does it though. They're both faces. You wouldn't put a face in there with Bowens.
Yeah, but for
well,
Billy
unless the
Gunn,
point
it's
is
just
to get
trying to get him
Bowens.
a win. It's like he doesn't care that they're both faces.
You
He
know what?
just
You're
wants an easy
right.
win.
And then also, if Shark Boy beats Bowens,
And then
yeah,
Bowens
you're right.
goes nuts and starts beating the shit out of Billy.
All right, I'm back on it. It's Shark Boy. It's Shark
I'm
Boy.
back on with you. Shark Boy, next
all
week,
right,
we
all
called
right.
it here. Next up, where Billy could potentially go if they do break up is the Guns only have one gun now. They need a partner. Maybe Billy goes back and teams with his son.
Shooting blanks, Danny. Guns are shooting blanks. It's unfortunate. Pew, 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 like that. So yeah, it's unfortunate, man. It sucks how these guys are like cursed. 'Cause
Can't
Juice
believe
was
it.
just out. Jay White is out. Like the Guns were fine and healthy, just came back because Juice was back, and now it looks like Colton is hurt. I don't know if you watched the match, if you caught the moment.
I
It looks
watched the
like he heard it.
match and then I went
Yeah.
back and watched a clip of the specific moment because honestly, if I was watching the match, I wouldn't have really seen it except for him rolling out of the ring.
Yeah, it was non-contact, so that's the thing.
I know,
So
that's
it's
the
definitely
scary part.
serious. There's been no details about like exactly what or how long, but it's probably a bad one. He's
So
probably out for
there
a
was
bit,
one
so.
detail I read. I don't know if it was a reliable source, so I will say that up front. But the
Uh-oh.
one detail I did read was that the injury might not be that severe because they were
Hopefully.
still considering them penciling them into this tag team eliminator tournament. They were going to have them be the last
Oh.
match, but they didn't
Yeah.
want a chance that he still wouldn't be healed in time for that last match. So that makes me think that maybe like it's only going to be like a month or two and not like an extended like 6 or 7 month injury. But I don't know. We don't have any
Hopefully.
details yet.
Yeah, hopefully. So we'll stay tuned on that. But Colton, friend of the show, I'm sure you're watching.
Yeah, I hope you get better.
Feel better. Rest up, my friend.
Can we also say
You
really
do
quick,
care.
since we're here and we didn't really talk about it, Juice Robinson shaved is still very strange to me. I don't know if I like it.
I'm all right with it.
He looks weird.
It doesn't scare me like it scares other people, it seems.
I don't know if it scares me, but like I'm just like he doesn't have the same like aura as he did. If that makes sense. He doesn't seem as crazy,
Yeah.
I guess. That's what it is.
And
He doesn't seem
well,
as wild
maybe
and crazy as the old Juice
maybe
was.
he doesn't want to be. From juice to juice, I can understand that.
I will say
maybe
some
he-
of what he was saying with the Guns and some of those interactions he had backstage with them makes it seem like he's not the same Juice that came back either. So I'm interested to see what kind of Juice Robinson we get.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to use this as a singles push opportunity, so I'm fine with
fair.
it.
That's fair.
All
All right.
right, moving on now to Dynamite from last night.
right.
Kicking us off, we had Adam Page versus Wheeler Yuta.
Unless of
going at
course
it,
you were
Adam-
watching the show like 20 minutes later and then you saw a graphic that said that the match will happen later on in the night and then the match never happened. I don't know.
I thought it would have been funny if they leaned into that and they were like, "Oh, Mox was so mad at Yuta losing that quick. Like Mox went to Tony Khan and made the match happen again, and Page had to go out there and fight Yuta twice in one night and beat the shit out of him." I thought that would have been hysterical if they pivoted and did that. But,
That would have been perfect.
but
perfect.
alas, they did not. Who am I? Just a guy. Yeah, Page beat Yuta and like I didn't time it or anything, but like it felt like it was like 5 minutes, very quick.
Killed him. Just killed the poor kid.
And yeah, and no one came out for him and all that, so they're building up to that. So what do you think of that with Yuta, and when do we think the Yuta moment's going to happen? Could it? We'll get to it later with our last point, but do you think it could happen next week, or is it more of a slow burn here with Yuta?
So I think the Yuta thing's been a slow burn. Oh, well, first off, the Page Yuta match, I loved. I think it's exactly what it needs to be. If you're
Champ.
you have this little streak of Paige being a madman right now after that Texas Death Match, like this, like really your savior, your hero, and Yuta is not the one who should be putting a challenge to him at this point. So Yuta should have gone demolished like he did. I really liked it, and I loved how he was like making a point to him on the screen, be like, "Look, no one's coming to save you. I could literally end you right now, and no one's out here to help you. Like, just pay attention to that." So I do think that's going to be a slow burn, though. I wonder if it's one of those, like, full circle things where you just started this by betraying Bryan Danielson, and the way he gets back to it is by saving Bryan Danielson at some point down the road. Because obviously Danielson's coming back sooner. He's already been making some appearances. We know he's retired full-time, but that doesn't mean he's retired. So, like, he's going to have a match coming up at some point. Do you save it to, like, save him, or do you save it to save his next appearance? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what? I'll say this because we were so stuffed up last week, but looking back on it now and hearing Danielson in that interview with Bree, where he was like, "I'm not back," like, and I shouldn't have done half the things I did in there, and I wasn't cleared. I get it's all in at the big crowd. You want the moment. I wouldn't have done Danielson there. It all in.
Yeah.
I would have done everything else, but I wouldn't have even done him. I would have just done Darby. Let Darby have that moment of taking it. Danielson could have waited. No, and it just but whatever. Yeah, I do think we're coming up on the year. Danielson's also a big liar. He is, I know, and I love him for it. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're coming up on the year since they did it because I believe the turn happened at Wrestle Dream. No, not the turn happened. It was right after All In, right? It wasn't at All Out or Wrestle Dream, right? No, they already turned by then, I think.
I don't remember. Hold on, let me see if I can look it up
On
while you
Dane
keep
with the
talking.
bag. I think it was right after All In. I think it was like the Wednesday after. I think like right on Dynamite they did it. I don't think it was on a pay per view because
No, I
All
don't think
Out
so.
was whatever. All right. Um, moving on. No, it had to be Wrestle Dream because
No,
Danielson was
yeah,
still wrestling.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
WrestleDream.
I
Yeah,
was
he
thinking he
attacked
was still
Danielson after
wrestling like
Moxley
Jungle
defeated him
Boy
for
and
the AEW
Nigel.
World Championship.
Yeah, yeah. So it was a Wrestle. Okay, so I was right all along. I was overthinking. Okay,
Stop overthinking.
moving on. It's a Danny, man. Another week, another freaking tournament slash match to crown a contender rather than just do a feud instead.
Which is
Like,
so weird because they already had a feud there that they're still continuing on, kind of.
yeah.
Like,
And listen, I mean,
I don't understand.
FTR might not win the tournament. And if that's the case, then fine. But it's just like I've said this on the show before, and all around wrestling, WWN, AEW, and every company, I'm fed up with like a tournament to crown a contender, a match to crown who faces who at SummerSlam. Like, just do a feud, do a story, and
Mm-hmm.
let them make the match between themselves. I am exhausted by it.
For sure.
So like I saw this, and of course, because the gun thing you probably mentioned, but like I see the bracket, not even a bracket, no matches. You left it blank. I'm like, why do I
So,
care?
two
Like,
questions I have about that. Well, one we already answered. One was because of the guns thing. I don't know if they were supposed to be on last night or whatever. They had to
yeah.
reshuffle some stuff, so I think that's why they did it. But second reason I think that why they did it, and we kind of saw it maybe a little bit last night, are one of those spots going to be for Edge and Christian, or sorry, Copeland and Christian.
I wouldn't do it. Not here. No.
You don't think so?
No, I wouldn't. 'Cause then you could just do wild card like you always do. But
That's
quite
fair.
frankly,
Also, I would have
this
liked it
should
because
be
he just hired the Hurt Syndicate, so wouldn't really make sense for me.
well, this should have been like or it should be different companies, a team from CMLL, a team from New Japan, because it's Forbidden Door. So it shouldn't just be like a tag
That's
title
also
thing,
very, very true. Yep.
but we'll see. Maybe that's what they're gonna do, and that's why they're holding out because other companies haven't picked their team. So maybe even if I'm wrong, I'm still annoyed at the concept of doing this tournament
Yeah, I'm just
because
over the tournaments already.
I love tournaments. I'm just done with like doing matches and things to crown winners. Like you can do it once in a while, but every fucking month, or every other week almost, there's a match to crown a winner to go fight someone at a pay per view. Start a story, start a feud, which is just boring. Um, But I also did put it on here. It's intended to go with this. FTR won the opening match against Jet Speed. Amazing match, by the way.
I loved it.
Very good.
Match
I'm
of
a
the
big
week
fan
for
of.
me, I think.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of both of those guys, especially Kevin Knight. He's really showing out this year. And I like Bailey a lot. He's growing on me too more. But FTR wins, great. Copeland comes out, and this is where I naturally just completely fell off again because I know I don't like Lashley. I know MVP annoys me, but like for the love of God, are they faces or are they heels? Because like they're with MJF, who's a heel. MVP acts like a heel. They're acting too cool to be hated, so they're getting cheered, and their song is getting them over. And they always shit on every one of their opponents and put no one over that they defend against. And now you have Copeland, a babyface, going to the presumably heels to pay them off to go after other heels and get cheered. And I just it hurts my head to think about. And if they are just
they hurt
faces,
people.
then and if they're just faces now, fine, then be faces. MVP's got to wake up and stop shit on everybody. Then, like,
Well,
do your
also
job. And,
MVP
like,
shouldn't wear a hat that says heel.
well, yeah, whatever. Um,
No,
they
I don't know
frustrate
if
me.
the heel are faces. Honestly, I think
Yeah.
they're like, I think they view themselves as like a tweener. Unfortunately, I think they're like the too cool to be boo, but don't want to be faces kind of thing. I understand where you're coming from, but I unfortunately
Yeah.
like I do think the Copeland thing last night worked just because like it's not like he's friends with them. They're not an alliance. He literally said like I paid them and they're a business and like that's their thing
Yeah,
and
I would have
it,
just.
it
I
also made sense
mean,
because they were at the match last week and they were kind of like saying how they're going to challenge the Hurt Syndicate or the new tag team champions, which are the Hurt Syndicate. So like I don't know, it wasn't that far fetched to me, but I totally see where you're coming from with it.
not far fetched. I mean, I understood. It just
Yeah, like
to a point. But like, well, yeah, because like, okay, Outrunners were right there, even though like they said they're done with them. Outrunners are right there. Any other tag team could have came out. Like you could have done anything to benefit anybody else, but whatever. And the last thing I'll bring up regarding all of this, because it was kind of a big one I threw into one thing, but it looks like Lashley. I was a little confused at first, but Lashley's like, "I want you out" to MJF of the Hurt Syndicate. But then like they made it clear that like he's not really out yet. It's just like it's I don't know. So I don't know what's going on there either.
yeah,
with
it's weird.
MJF.
It's like they kind of went back to Lashley not liking him, but like with no real
Yeah.
signs, like nothing's really changed except for last night that he got mad at them. So now Lashley's mad at him. Like, the whole storyline's
Yeah,
been a little weird from the get go. So
I'm okay with what they're doing at least because MJF has like a focus and a better path than he had before that. But like the whole thing was clearly there was an intent there to where they were going to use MJF to do something and MJF was going to use them. And if they capitalize on that, cool. But if it kind of gets abandoned, then this was all a waste of time.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. All
Okay,
right.
moving on. Thank you, by the way, for everyone sticking with us. We know this is a longer episode than usual because of the Hulkster news, but we are winding things down.
Yeah, we're
so
almost
we're
done.
doing okay. But thank you for all for being here. We appreciate it. If you are here for the first time, definitely be sure to give us a follow. Follows are free and it helps gives us support and more viewers. And if you do want to subscribe, if you have Amazon Prime, you do have access to Amazon Prime Gaming, which gives you one free subscription a month that you can use on us. It costs you nothing, and it supports us all the same as if you were giving us actual monies.
And if you're
So,
one of our monthly subscribers, double check and make sure that your month hasn't expired, and please renew if you can. I appreciate it.
Please do. Thank you so much. It's my birthday's coming up. Maybe I'll buy some cards to open for the show.
All right, so Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay. This is kind of in line almost with the Seth thing, and the Colton Gunn thing, but apparently he's hurt. He's been hurting for 10 months.
Yeah.
He's been hurting for 10 months, his neck, and I think they said his C2 and his C6 are herniated. And they're telling him, though, apparently no surgery and that he should be back good to go in a month for Forbidden Door in London. Are we saying legit or are we saying work? What are you thinking?
I think it's exaggerated, but I think he does need some rest. I think he's been on fire since he's been in the company. He's been working almost weekly. I don't want to say for sure, but I think he's definitely had some like the most matches in the company in the past like year, if not a few months. But like I think he needs a rest. I think he just needs to just chill out a little bit. He probably did tweak something. If he doesn't need surgery, that's great. He just needs some rehab and stuff. But I don't know if he like, and I'm not a doctor, so I don't want to say he's a liar. But I don't know if he like slipped 2 herniated discs and can be back in a month. I feel like if you slip 2 discs, that takes you out for a while. But then again, these guys also heal and have different ways of healing faster than we do. So maybe he did. Either way, hope he heals so he's fresh and ready to go and continue his hot streak because he's been the face of the company for a long time now. He's really killing it.
Yeah, and I can tell you, well, for what it's worth, I'm also not a doctor. I just play one on TV.
No,
but
Dr.
I think
Juice.
it's very hard. I think it's very hard for Will Ospreay to have a match at Forbidden Door if he's going to be off TV for a month. So my question is, how do you book him in something to compete? Do you do an open challenge? Do you just have him come out and say hello to all the bruvs?
You do an open challenge, or you have like one of their big names and come out and challenge him and like wait for the answer next week or whatever. Because he can still come and make appearances. He just doesn't have to wrestle. Like he just can't get physical. Probably. You probably don't
I
want it to
just think
fly too much though, so you'll probably be like
yeah.
the week before Forbidden Door that he'll come and answer the challenge. But I'm sure someone will just challenge him.
See, and that's my thing. I almost feel like, depending on the severity of the injury, I almost feel like you just throw him in a multi-man. Like, just put him in, not a multi-man singles, like a tag, so he doesn't have to do like a lot.
Yeah, but it's
Like,
London.
I know, but
That's
like,
the
he
problem.
shouldn't be. I wouldn't mind it, but as long as he's good and healthy. But like the thought of like Osprey versus like Tanahashi in like a 20-minute match is like, hopefully he's okay. That's all. But whatever.
Yeah, but also you gotta imagine a month is a long time. Like a month of not wrestling, a month of letting your body heal, that will do him good.
Yeah.
Unless he really is like 2 herniated discs, then I don't know if a month.
That's all it comes.
Yeah.
That's all it comes down to. As long as he's okay. All right. Next up, we have a new trio on our hands. New
I
stable,
like it.
if you will. We have Tekla. Looks like she's leading the way, quote unquote, if you want to have a leader on this, with Sky Blue and Julia Hart. And I don't think they have a name yet. They probably will get something. I just hope it's not something like, oh, the Coven or like lame, something half decent. But yeah, I hope this is successful. I just worry because like I feel like Sky Blue and Julia Hart just get like fed a lot for losses, and I just don't want them to be used as like fodder for Tekla to kind of like, I don't know. Like I want it to be successful, but my gut tells me this is just going to be something like,
I was gonna say,
it's not gonna
based on early impressions, that's what it looks like they're gonna be for her, which kind of sucks because they really did a good job in establishing themselves, and this trio could really benefit from all 3 of them looking strong.
Yeah.
But right now, it does look like Thekla is like has her minions, which kind of sucks. I don't want them to turn into minions.
And for what it's worth, I like both of them. I do think Julia Hart does still need a lot of work. I think Sky Blue is more ready than Julia in that sense, in terms of like a package. But yeah, I mean, I'll let it play out. I just hope it goes somewhere well for all 3 of them, and not just like Tekla like gets wins and Sky and Julia get losses for the sake of stories.
Exactly.
But either way, to be continued on them. And last up, we have the main event. Our main event, Mark Briscoe versus Claudio Castagnoli. An amazing match, probably my favorite match of the night, just because it gave me the old school Ring of Honor, like warm and fuzzies. This is like a classic matchup between them. I used to see the Briscoes fight Claudio and Hero all the time, like back in the day, and so just one-on-one, awesome. I loved the match. It was great. I really, really hope Mark Briscoe picks up a win over MJF at some point in the story. I think that's really important. And you've given Mark big wins before, so you can do it. But I think whenever Mark and MJF go at it, I think Mark needs to get a win. And even if it's kind of not clean because of other factors, but either way. What I want to talk about more was the post-match stuff. Did you have any thoughts on the match before we dive into that, though?
No, I agree with you. It was a great match, and I knew it was going to be a great match once I saw these 2 on the card. Really excited for it, and both of them just really meshed well because these 2 guys that can go with almost anybody, so I'm not surprised by that. But when you put them with each other, magic was going to happen. I loved every second of it, and I do agree with you. Briscoe needs to get a win over MJF in that feud, especially with the way they kind of set the MJF stuff with Adam Page earlier, where Page was like, you got to earn your wins and stuff like that. Making him do a loss would be good for the storyline. Be like, see, like, I'm not going to give you a match until you get your win. Move on, yada, yada, yada. So I agree.
Yeah, this was one of those matches where, like, I watched it, and as I'm watching it, I'm like, damn, like, really enjoy this because, these are, like, the talents that I'm loving right now that, like, years from now may not be around anymore, in ring. And, that stuff, you gotta enjoy it. Like, same thing with, like, Cope and Danielson and Sting for a while, but I digress.
Post-match,
Yes, post-match. The Death Riders come back out, and they're running their mouth and all that, and then Paige comes out, they get blah, 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 they're talking, and they announce next week on Dynamite in Chicago, we got, not Chicago, Chicago, sorry. I'm thinking of the Philly residency. In Chicago, it is going to be Adam Page versus Jon Moxley in the rematch already. Straight up normal match with everybody banned from ringside.
Love it.
What do you think about them doing it here and now? this way.
I do like it. Get it out of the way, because you're not having Moxley win this back. Like, it would be ridiculous. It wouldn't make sense. Like this whole crowning like the savior, and then the savior loses right away. Just like, I don't know. I wouldn't like it.
He could though. He could.
It could. Yes, it could. I just wouldn't enjoy it. But I am surprised they're doing it so quickly. I figured they'd give it a little more time. But like we've said in the past, I do like when a champion defends his belt in a match that makes sense and is a number one contender, yada, yada, yada thing. So the fact that they did a match on Dynamite, they always have great title matches on Dynamite also. So I'm like excited for that. I think it's going to be a good one. And I think Hangman's going to retain. I think he has to retain.
Yeah, so I do think he's gonna retain as well. Depending on how they would pull it off, I wouldn't be shocked if Moxley won it back, but I don't think they're going there. I do like the stipulation. I like them running it back this soon because earlier in the same night, as I was watching, I was like, with Forbidden Door coming up, you really wouldn't run it back there. And then at that point, All Out is like a month after that. You wouldn't wait that long. So, I said to myself, I'm like, you're gonna do it on TV.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of like when.
Now, the only thing to double check with you specifically, they said no outside interference at all, or no Death Riders.
They said everyone's banned from ringside.
Anyone and everyone.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and I like this too because I think this is also Tony's way of making all the fans happy that were upset with like an overbooked, everybody running out finish. This gives Mox now very quickly a definitive win over Mox cleanly with nobody getting involved, no shenanigans, no weapons. This is Paige really earning like the win and the reign. So I get it and I'm completely fine with it.
Jay DeFalco asks, what if Mox wins and sets up him versus Darby to then fully fulfill the ending they wanted?
I mean, sorry. I didn't read the first half of that with the second half. I thought you were saying like Paige wins and then all that. You know what, man? Like, I hate to say it, but at this point, I wouldn't want it.
I feel like that ship's already sailed. Like,
not even that. Yeah, I mean, you can have Darby and Mox fight after this, which is what they should do.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have the belt involved because like you just put all this time and energy into making it Paige, and you did it. Just to undo it and make it,
totally.
No,
if you're gonna have it be Darby, if you were gonna have it be Darby, there was no reason for Paige to win it since Darby's back right now. If you weren't sure if Darby was gonna be back still, then I get it. Then you put it back on him because Darby comes back in a month or whatever. That I understand. Darby was back the night that you could have not let it happen. So at that point, there's no reason for Darby to be the one who does it.
Yeah, and y'all know me. I mean, I was the biggest one saying it should have been Darby over Paige. But now that we're in this world, this reality where it is Paige, nah, you can't put the genie back in the bottle and get the magic twice. That's cheating. So no.
Agreed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking with us this long. Again, Hulk Hogan gave us some extra time we had to discuss at the start, but it was well worth it. We've really enjoyed you guys tonight. Thank you. We hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. Next week, some special scheduling conflicts. We will not be having a Tuesday show, unfortunately. So we will have a 2-hour show on Thursday. So join in at 7, because we usually start at 8. So join in at 7, and we'll do a nice 2-hour show on Thursday.
And on that episode, we're going to aim to make it fully SummerSlam theme. We'll have our SummerSlam predictions. We're going to review the SummerSlam top 25 matches list.
I don't want to.
See how good or bad we ended up.
They did bad, not us. They did bad.
We still have the top 6 to go. But we'll talk about this next week.
I'm mad.
And more. We'll figure out more games and more SummerSlam stuff to do.
For sure.
So stay tuned with us. And hey, enjoy your weekend. Have fun, everybody.
Peace out, everybody. Oh no. Okay, good. That was
What'd you do?